Rawr.
And we're back with more city skylines, and as you can see, we're having a bit of a garbage problem in the city. We're also having a different issue over here about not enough heat. So we're going to go ahead and pause and figure this stuff out. So we have our rail project kind of coming together. We have a fair amount of money still, so we're still going to work on that. But the garbage and the heat are going to become a real problem really quickly. Let's take a quick look at our garbage situation here. Landfill's got all trucks in use. That one's full, so it's got no trucks in use. That one's okay. Do we have... We don't have incinerators yet. Why do we not have incinerators yet? We don't have enough money. So it might be worthwhile to look at putting some incinerators or something on this northern island. I think actually we're going to secretly pollute this island, and by secretly I mean super obviously do so. Just for a little bit until we can get the garbage situation under control for the rest of the city. Don't care about the new road available just yet. Alright. So we just spent a fair amount of money doing that. I got a lot of our rail money. But this should take care of that problem. Now heat is the other big concern. We did get most of this stuff upgraded. And power problems too. Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. Things are not going great. So it looks like the issue actually is... This is all the right piping. It just stops here. I'm wondering if the geothermal will just add a juice. Alright, let's unpause and let's see how this goes for a little bit. Power problems too. Yeah, okay. So this is going to be a big spender episode by the looks of things. Let's see, what have we got in the finance tab here? Loans. So we can take out 20 grand. We did just take out a lot of money to make that rail system. We're going to have to take out some more here and try to take some of this, deal with some of these issues. Okay, power, first of all. We're going to slap down another coal plant in our industrial heartland. Yeah, right there, right on the coast, right across from the train station. That's eaten up most of our loan there. That should take care of our power problems. Now for heating, for geothermal, where'd you go? Alright, so if you want to plop a boiler station, it's going to be 60k or 55 for another geothermal. So we'll see if it was just a power problem. I should have checked that before popping that down. See if it was just a geothermal power problem or if it's everything. Yeah, so it looks like it's not just an electricity issue. Good news is the garbage problem seems to be getting resolved slowly, thanks to our trash can island. So it should be okay. We'll give it a chance. Yeah, here we go. It's clearing out as the garbage trucks go by. Slight house fire. That'll warm you up, guys. It'll warm you up. Don't worry about it. But yeah, the heat thing is going to be a continuing problem. So we're going to have to accumulate some cash here and then figure out where we want to go from there. So, back to our original plan with the light rails. We're going to run a tram to our business epicenters here, or not business epicenter rather, but the industrial heartland, by running a train through and trying to get rid of some of our traffic by coming down this main artery. We have a lot of upgrading to do still to get it around to that point there. Oh, interesting. As they upgrade, the heating problem is going away. Huh. Huh. Heating. Okay, so it is a little on the low side available. So we're going to want to look at it, but it seems like it may be less critical than we initially thought. Maybe the density was just too much, so their heating demands are too high. I don't know, we'll have to look into that. If you've played this mod before and know exactly what the issue might be, please feel free to share it with the class. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and keep things going as they are. We have a fair amount of industrial demand. We can go ahead and add another spur line and add some more industry. We did just spend all that money on a new power plant, so we should be able to support it fairly well. And that should cook along nicely. We can also start looking at adding office space now that we have that option unlocked. We need to figure out where we want to put that. Do we want to, probably on this side of the highway, slap in a nice industrial slash office center? We're getting some snow clearing issues. That's going to clear itself up, though. It'll be alright. Alright, got a beautiful morning dawn coming in. Oh, look at that. The city's coming along nicely, other than all the alerts for all the things that are broken, but yeah, relaxing. Alright, we got a bit of a snowstorm, and we have the heat problem back again. So I guess that was an overnight thing where they're using less versus the morning where they're using more. Because yeah, it's clearing out as the day goes on and the temperature comes back up. Okay. So we're at 30,000. We're getting closer and closer to where we need to be to get our heating upgraded. Small city. Hey, there we go. Level 6 buildings. Small business enthusiasts. Oh yeah, we can go to our policy tree and see what we can do there. Actually, it's time slowed down. Let's take a look at our policies. We have nothing in use right now. So we can do energy, which is going to cost us a bunch of money. Water usage. Smoke detectors. And pet ban, recycling, smoking, parks and rec, education boost, recreational use of the marijuana. The free public transport. Schools out. Citizens will prefer working over education, and only a small portion will go to study university. Interesting. Harsh prison sentences. Double the usual prison sentences, but reduces the crime rate. Extra insulation. Buildings require extra heat. Higher... Done. It doesn't cost us anything, seemingly. Oh, here we go. So this is what I was complaining about earlier, if we could designate. So, because you can do policies by district, we could demonstrate, we could say that, you know, the industrial is only going to use electric heating or no electricity for heating and so on to try to balance out power usage. Tax-wise, looks like we're okay. I don't think we need to do anything there. City planning. I like high-rise. I like actually all of these things, I think. NIMBY. No noise in the night. Huh. Anti-slip studs. Increases the health of elderly citizens by making them less likely to slip on the ice. No, we can leave that for now. I think the main one is going to be the extra insulation to try to bring our heating and electricity into check here. We have a new building, the incinerator. Excellent. We're not. Oh man, I didn't notice our cashola. So we're at we're at 90,000. So let's go ahead and pause. Let's go to our wonderful heating, and instead of a geothermal, we're going to add a boiler to our geothermal zone here. Or is it going to be close enough to draw power? It should be like, that should be okay. And then do some funky pipe work to get it hooked up to the network. But yeah, that should be good to go now. We should be like rolling heat between this bad boy and the rest of them here. So we have our geothermal for the green energy guys, and we have a boiler which is a little bit more polluty, but is going to give us more heat for our dollar. And look at that, heating available, we're crushing it. Okay, great. So we can look at doing some more residential, and I think we can also look at doing some high density residential now with less fear of, you know, freezing our citizens to death. So actually, let's go ahead, and we're going to make this particular strip high density. Especially because it's going to be on the rail line, which we haven't put stops down for yet, but it's on the existing rail line. And we're going to have to go ahead and heat it and water it and all that funness. Boop, there we go. So we'll see how these guys treat us. Let's go back to our rail project. Oh, we have a water oh, this is probably the heating. And oh no, it's straight water in this area. Regular water pipe. Boom. That should be okay. Crime is going to be a bit of a problem. I can see that. Tram depot. Okay. Have a lot of scammers, I guess, riding the tram. But yeah, so let's take a look here and finish off our road network for this. So we really just have the main line coming down here. We need to figure out where it's going to spur and kind of plan out what our route's going to be. I think we're actually going to focus first, though, on... where are you? We're going to focus first. Here we go, tram lines. That's a subway. Tram. We're going to focus first and foremost on the industrial side of things to figure out how, where, what, and why we want to do this. That is the wrong type of road. So knock all that industry out for no reason. So we'll have it run up here, and then I'll take in the most people up there. And that's not too bad of a walk. Even in the cold, it's not that far. So that should get them to mostly where they need to be. Okay, so that's good to go. So it's going to come along here. And then we have this main line. And we have the perimeter road, right? Yeah. So the perimeter road is going to be all the way from here down, connecting to the loop. There we go. And for now, we'll use this road as the north end of the tram system, except for that one I just did by accident. So then here, and then the same thing. Did I say cannot upgrade? Oh, it's already upgraded, okay, good. Okay, so this is all connected in a one big loop with the direction, oh, we're getting a little water here. It's a problem we can fairly easily solve, in this case, by adding a water pumping station. So we're not just going to depend on our glorious, space to be occupied, what? We're not going to just depend on our existing water towers to get the job done. We're going to have a water pumping station and not have to worry about this for a significant amount of time. Okay, so we have this section of the city hooked up for our tram network. So let's go ahead and put some stations down. Now this is where things get a little more complicated because we have to plan out the actual start and stop of the route. So if we start, okay, if we put one here, put one, stop, can't find a path. Okay. So if we start it from the tram station, running here, running here, running here, here. Oh, because this is not a loop. That's why it's giving me that problem. So we're going to have to upgrade it all the way here. We might have to add an extra road in actually on the edge to allow this to hook back into itself, which we're going to do like this. And then we're going to go back to the upgrade tool and then run it down the street here. And that should let us connect back in. Okay, so we have this running to here. No. So I want this one to run to here, to run to there, to run to there, to run to about here, and here, and back. And we're going to get the southbound stops now. Done. The most recent stop was the problem. So where are we now? We're here. And we'll add one right about there, opposite its friend. And the next one we're gonna do is gonna have to be all the way. Actually, we'll pop one here. We never know what we're going to want to do on that town, and having a stop there might turn out to be really useful. And we'll put one here. We're going to walk the perimeter. This is going to be a bit of a long tram ride to work. Like, you're really going to want to plan your day around it. But I think in the long run, it's going to be good, especially once I learn a bit more about the planning of tram stations and such, to really get some positive effect out of this. Now this one's not connected to anything, so we're going to ignore that line for now. We can also make more than one tram line using the same tracks. So this is mostly going to be a perimeter test case to try to actually make this work. Second one, we're going to be right there, and then our next one is going to be on the way back on this side. It's going to come all the way back up here. Boom! Tram line in place. So there we can see it. There it is. There's our light rail. Look at it go. It's quick. Especially out here where there's no vehicle traffic to contend with. Just shooting along. Choo-choo. Stops. No one's getting on or off because no one's there yet. Boom, boom, choo-choo. All you can think of is the old Thomas the Tank Engine theme. There's no Sir Topham Hatt, though. There we go. Doesn't seem to be impeding traffic much, but it is the middle of the night. And let's see, where are we going? Oh, it's running fairly well. People are happy about it. I mean, the noise is kind of annoying. They should really ring that bell less. But yeah, so it looks like that's all good. So I think we're going to end it there for today. We've got our initial tram line in. We have a crime problem developing in the city. But yeah, I think that's fairly well. We got our first tram system in place here. That should help kind of relieve some of the traffic problems or create worse ones. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, thanks for joining me, and see you next time.